Step 4, as you know, was Ice Cream Man with Clint Howard, who is the link to our next movie. Clint plays a character named Stanley Coopersmith in the 1981-1982 film Evil Speak. I'll explain why I'm a little unsure of how to label what year this movie came out in. It was released in Japan in 1981, but wasn't released until 1982 here in the States. And then there was a lot of issue with it being banned from certain places or having to be recut and re-edited because of the gore and the content in the movie, which I think is really exactly what you're looking for in a 1980s B movie. Evil Speak starts off with a flashback to Esteban being exiled for his beliefs in the dark arts and the black mass and I guess Satanism in general. And that scene ends with him declaring that he will be back and he will return again, and then ends with a sacrifice, but in true 1980s low budget filming, I was more caught off guard by how bad it looked than the content of what was actually happening. And I love that trait in bad B-rate movies. You have to respect the actors and the directors trying their best to put out the movie that they see in their heads, to get it on film, to show it to us, even though they might be lacking the technology, the budget, the advancements in special effects. They still do their best. It is a great reason to love those kind of movies. Then the movie cuts abruptly to present day, 40 years ago, at this academy military school. It looks like a combination of two things. I don't know if they really did it that way or if this just made sense for the movie. And our poor, unfortunate main character, Coopersmith, cannot catch a break. He is bullied by his teammates. He is not popular with the ladies. And even the teachers seem like they have it out for him. It really makes you feel bad for the guy. There was a review of this movie when it came out that said it was essentially a gender bend ripoff of Carrie. And I can see those comparisons between the two films. You have the outcast that finds a way to get back at the people that are making life miserable. So in one way you're rooting for the guy, and in the other you don't want to see bad things happen, or maybe you do, depending on what kind of person you are. I know I'm a good person. There's only one other actor in this movie that I recognized, and it was Don Stark, who played Bubba in this movie. For those of you that don't know by name, Don Stark played Bob, the neighbor, in that 70s show. And he looks so young in this that I actually had to look up and see if I was right that was him, and I was. So I'm curious to see where our next step goes, if we're going to use Don or if we're going to use Clint Howard again, because there is Ice Cream Man 2. But the story continues with Stanley finding a dungeon in this school that nobody else knows of. I don't know how that slips by everybody's radar for as long as it did. Where he finds the notes, the ingredients, he finds what he needs to bring back Esteban, fulfilling the prophecy from the beginning of the movie. But in one of the weirdest ways I could have imagined, and I don't think I would have guessed this in a million years. He's communicating with Esteban or the book through his computer. So imagine 1980s computer screen, their technology, and the images of the pentagram and Esteban and the ritual, and it looks like a really bad arcade game trying to bring about the end of the world. It was so confusing to watch and see those graphics. As the story continues, Cooper Smith is still continuously being picked on until he gains the ultimate power and seeks revenge on the bullies and some of the teachers that were against him throughout the movie in a explosive, gory, B-rate, everybody's not making it out alive kind of climax to this movie. I want to thank Sean from Movie Dumpster again for suggesting this movie. Step number 5 was suggested by Sean from Movie Dumpster. Thank you so much for this recommendation and for continuing to comment. Before I go, I want to say thank you again for watching the video, commenting and liking below, maybe hitting that subscribe button, and share with your friends that like movies too. Let's get us all in on this. Winter is around the corner, and I would love to be able to talk to more people about what I'm watching or suggestions to watch new movies. I want to thank the Patreon subscribers. You're going to see their page in a second. It means so much to me that you have my back and get the behind the scenes and exclusives that I do just for the Patreon followers. If you guys want to check that out, I'll add a link down below too. Right below or above the link where you can get your nifty Lucky Duck Entertainment shirts too, or really any kind of clothing wear or coffee mug. So thank you again. It means so much. Mwah! I love you all. Later days.